guys, we are here at Riotfest 2014, Denver, Colorado. I'm Natalie Tower with TC Electronics, and this is Chris Boyle, guitar tech with The Cure today with Reeves Gabrels.
How's it going, guys? I'm just going to walk you through Reeves Pedalboard here. We've got a lot of different stuff going on with the pedalboard, a lot of different manufacturers, but TC is definitely a huge part of the sound that Reeves uses with The Cure, and also on a lot of his solo stuff as well. So the first thing we have from TC in the chain here is this Coronal Chorus. We use it a lot of times as a second chorus to kind of fatten up things. Use it on some songs with different guitars. It voices really well. It's very transparent and clear. Just a nice, smooth sounding chorus pedal. After that, we have this Vortex Flanger, which is a really cool pedal. We have it in a loop where it basically is set for like a regeneration kind of sound. So on songs like Fascination Street and some other bits, it actually pitch shifts like a whole step up and down. So it's a really cool pedal you can kind of use as a traditional flanger, or use it for something a little more wacky, which is what we do. We have it on the tape setting, gives it like a real gritty analog kind of vibe. That's running mono. Everything else that we use from TC we use in stereo, which is a really cool thing about the TC stuff, since we do use a stereo rig. Everything's running true stereo and it's really nice and level. It works great whether you're going straight into an amp or even direct. We use both of those scenarios on this tour, so super cool there. After that, we got the Flashback 4, which is basically the same as the regular flashback delay, but it has 3 presets, a tap tempo on board, and also can be used as a looper. We don't really use it for the looper function, although that's a really cool thing, but we definitely use it as the dominant delay on this gig. We have 3 settings. One's like kind of a particular to a song, and then we have a Space Echo style setting, and then just a short slapback, which we use the analog with mod setting. There's also a lot of other really cool stuff on there. Lots of options from really saturated analog sounds to really clear digital ones, which we use a little bit of both. Like our setting for frequency is a little more of a digital delay where you get a lot of clear repeats and things like that. Space Echo is a lot muddier and dirty, kind of sits in the mix super well, and yeah, so that's that. And last but certainly not least, we have the Hall of Fame Reverb. We have that last in our chain, and we use the Hall setting, and just has like a nice, very kind of Fendery vibe, but with a little more ambience and trail on it. And we just use that song to song just for certain parts. A lot of times it works great with distortion, which is cool because we use a lot of gain on this gig. Some reverb pedals don't really like being hit as hard as we hit with level, but it really works well for that. So I think that's something that really stands out about that pedal in our application, and in other situations where you're using more gain maybe than clean sounds with reverb. Also, it's running stereo, and that feeds right out to the amps. That's our last thing in the chain, so splits everything off there. But yeah, we love TC, so that's that. The guitar we're using today is the Reverend Reeves Gabrels signature Space Hawk guitar. We'll start with just like a clean sound, and through the amp, and then we'll start with the Coronal Chorus. We use it very subtly just to give a little smoothness and shimmer. Just rounds everything out really nicely. Get the Flashback 4 delay. This is like a longer delay setting with some modulation. So it has a pretty long repeat on it, and some added modulation just to give it a little more of the pitchiness. This is a Space Echo setting that we use pretty regularly. So you get that really nice bouncing repeat, kind of stuttered thing going on there, and then we use this the most, just a simple analog slapback. Can't beat that. The coolest thing as far as weird stuff, if you guys like weird stuff, which we do for sure, is the Vortex. We use it for like a regeneration, so we'll get wild with that pedal sometimes and use it. It works really well with gain too. You don't really lose anything, which is what we use it for. So this is with a lot of times we'll use it just to give a little bit of texture in a section where there's feedback and the pitch is kind of moving around when there's other stuff going on in the mix. Last but not least, again, we have the Hall of Fame Reverb pedal. It's a nice clean sound. We have a pretty long trail on it just to get the smooth decay at the end. We don't leave it on all the time. It's definitely a pedal that you can leave on all the time. If you want just a subtle reverb, you can dial it back and get that too, but we use it a little more as an effect. So I think that's it. That's what we do with TC here with Reeves Gabrels and The Cure.